You know the rules, and so do I. Or do we? As you are probably aware, there are a number of rules in place on this account to prevent us from just pulling for all of the Meta 4 stars and their constellations, but that has slowed our progression quite a bit. Now, this was partially intentional. However, if we have a look here, we could see even the cities are still too dangerous for us. Now, I was just going to keep the rules exactly the same because of how stubborn I am, but I did see a number of you in the comments of the last video pointing out that it felt the series was progressing a bit too slow. So I put up a poll, and out of roughly the 17,000 people who voted, about 95% of them wanted to see a change. And the change that they agreed to was that every time there's a new banner, we will do a 10 pull on the rate up banner, as well as one 10 pull on the weapon banner. That way, each banner rotation, we at least have a chance to get more than one character, but it also doesn't guarantee that we just get a ton of stuff at once. However, speaking of getting a ton of stuff at once, we obviously still have our 87 acquaint fates, and actually make that 88. Within the poll that I put up, I did outline an idea for these acquaint fates in that we could spend them whenever we get them, because later in the game, you don't really get many of them anymore, and that means that all of the acquaint fates we have right now, we could just use. A couple people suggested maybe I could just do a 10 pull on the standard banner each episode, but obviously that would only be for a couple of episodes and then we'd run out anyways. And the way that I see it is that I might do a 10 pull this episode and then try to build whatever character we get because I think that it's going to be a good one to build. But the next episode with the next 10 pulls on the standard banner, what if I got Xingqiu? Then I would once again just have to drop everything and start building him. Plus, I think it'd be kind of fun if we just do the single largest wishing session we will ever have on this account. Obviously, Primo Gems we're not touching because we already did pull on these banners, so we'll start our new rule set on the next one. But we do have our 88 acquaint fates to spend. Now, hear me out. I'm thinking we do actually pull on Noelle's banner because the only stuff that you can get on here is the stuff from version 1.0. And obviously, a Xingqiu is the character we need the most, but we also could get a Beidou. Although actually, you know what? Let me make a prediction. The first 10 pull is going to have Noelle only. Then I'm predicting the second 10 pull's just going to have one Razor. It feels so wrong pulling outside of our normal pulls, but this is what all of us decided on. So say hello to our singular Noelle. And actually the first 10 pull we've ever done on the account. I'm pretty sure I do still have some 3-star weapons that are not maxed or refined, so we'll be able to take care of that as well. There is our Noelle, and just like I expected, it was the only thing that we got there. Now let's see if I was correct. This should, well, I mean, it's not that it should, but I'm expecting it's just one Razor. Of course, I'd be happy with like 3 4-stars, you know, get a little lucky, maybe a little, maybe some luck, but what did I say? What did I say? I know this game too well. I am a psychic. Go ahead. Go down in the comments and write Java so smart. I give you permission. I guess since we're doing a lot of pulls, I will also grab these as we can. And now we have 73 pulls to do. With our whopping 9 pity, will we even see a 5-star? And let me be clear. I never said we wouldn't use 5-star weapons. I think some people assumed I wouldn't use 5-star weapons, but the point of this is 4-star characters. If we want to make these characters shine, then why not give them the best weapons in the game? So for the first of our 7 10 pulls, you see purple? I'm not skipping it. I kind of want to skip it, but I'm not going to skip it. It's more, I was going to say climactic, although I don't, can you use that word like that? Because I've only ever heard it used as anticlimactic, not climactic, but I assume that works. So yeah, it's more climactic if we do it this way. Show me purple. Show. Oh, that's not the purple I was, don't we have this? Wait, hold on. Isn't that one of the weapons that I actually have a lot of? Yeah. Okay, that's my 3rd Favonius Codex. Guys, we might not even be getting much out of this. Second 10 pull, it's a purple. Not really surprising, but honestly, that's fine because I really don't want to get 5-star characters anyways. Although it is Star Glitter, you know, it's always nice. The real question is, are we even going to see a double 4-star pull? Oh, that's big. That is huge for this account. Melt Gaming can actually be a thing. I guess I should have said this earlier, but Rosaria and Xingqiu are probably the 2 4-stars I want most. Outside of that, I think like Beidou, and then I can't really think of others off the oh, yeah would be nice. And pull number 3 though, let's see something good. I'd even be fine with Rosaria constellations. It's Xinyan Constellation. I don't think many people would blame me for not knowing off the top of my head what Xinyan C1 does. I mean, hey, if we ever get a Bennett C6, then I could run Xinyan Charged Attack DPS Pyro stuff. On to the next temple. We're gonna see a double. We are so gonna see a double 4-star. Oh, we got a Favonius Lance. This is it though. This is our double 4-star. Ready? Ready? Here it comes. Incoming 4-star. Right about, never mind. Oh, it is new though. Oh, I know why they gave that to us. Because here comes our Yao Yao. The game is just so generous. It gave me the weapon and here comes the character. Trust. Not exactly what Yao Yao looks like, if I remember correctly. The right region, pretty sure they both have ties to Madame Ping. So the game's on the right track. Okay, I'm just gonna grab these last 4 now. And then we'll do 7 pulls and then end with the 2 10 pulls. Ooh, we do get a 4-star, which I think was probably a paid. No, maybe not. It's a... Did I have a rust? It doesn't say new, so I assume I had a rust. But I have so many accounts that I'm not sure. Okay, we did already have a rust. I'll save that for the Yoimiya that we can never use. Here is the final single pull. Another blue. Now we do our last 2 10 pulls. Technically, we're not going to hit pity for a 5-star, but I guess we'll see if we get a 5-star in the last 10 pull. Oh, and we still haven't seen a double 4-star. Okay. Faruzan. It doesn't say new. Do I have you? Okay, no, it says new there. I don't have you. I feel like I did, but I guess not. Okay, I'm not too sure if I would use her right now, at least. Which 5-star weapon would I want most? Wolf's Gravestone is pretty nice. I think Skyward Blade, Wolf's Gravestone, or Lost Spur to the Sacred Winds. Although, actually, you know what? I would just take pretty much any weapon. So here comes our Kaching. All right, it is gold. I shouldn't have said that because I might have just... Oh, I actually got one that I wanted. I don't know who the heck's gonna use that, but I got it. And we do see a 4-star. It is one that we already have, but it's perfect for this upcoming Yao Yao, who's definitely in this 10 pull. Imagine giving me a 10 pull that doesn't have Yao Yao in it. The game would never... Oh, so after doing quite a bit of thinkering, for our Gaming team, we kind of have 2 options. Either Rosaria and Diona, which will give us Cryo Resonance, as well as probably a lot more uptime on both Diona and Rosaria's bursts. Or we swap Diona out for Iansan, meaning less uptime on Rosaria's burst, because I doubt I can reach all of the ER thresholds, but probably a higher damage ceiling overall. And then at least for right now, I'm going to go with this just because Iansan is more so built. And I figured you guys can let me know if you think I should build up the Diona, because both teams seem like they're a good idea, and honestly at some point we're probably going to build Diona anyways, but let me know if you think the Diona team is just smarter. Oh, but also we have a brand new Rosaria, but we also have a Favonius Lance, which I feel like is just a fantastic option. They kind of gave me the Rosaria starter pack. There are quite a few different options we could do in terms of artifacts, being 4-piece Noblesse, 4-piece Blizzard Strayer, or 4-piece Emblem of Severed Fates. I do not have a full set on any of them that I could just give her right now, which means I'd have to farm something specifically. As a result, I think I'm just going to kind of give her anything that's leveled up. And there is actually another option for a weapon because we have the catch. I think I'd prefer for Shanling to have it, but she's also not being used currently. So I could just snag that onto Rosaria for the time being. And now we're gonna have quite a bit that we need to farm for. And I was just reminded that we have next to no weapon leveling up XP stuff, so that might prove to be a little bit of an issue. Although just for a moment, going back to the artifact options, if we have no Bless on Bennett, then we don't need to run that on Rosaria as well. And so that would leave us with just Blizzard Strayer or Emblem. And I guess it'll kind of come down to our energy recharge needs. But of course, I'm not gonna know what those needs are until I farm a set, so that doesn't really work. It's kind of sad, but I forgot that Bennett cannot heal and buff at the same time until you get a C1. This whole time, I've just been assuming that he's been buffing my Gaming whenever I'm doing attacks within the radius. But no, because Gaming sucks up his own HP, so he has to get healed first. From using this team a little bit already, I can say that at least at this point of progress on this account, the Diona team would definitely be a little comfier, not just for the sake of survivability, but also the Cryo Resonance would be nice because my crit rate on most characters is terrible. I mean, even in Gaming, this is after messing with his HP and getting the buff from the artifact set. He really needs more crit rate, so Cryo Resonance could help with that. Although Rosaria alone is going to help with that once I actually ascend her. Oh, I forgot she boosts crit rate a ton. Okay, you need to be leveled up. I don't know how far I'm actually going to be able to bring you, but I need those passive talents. We do already have to fight a boss, but it's Cryo Regisvine, so I don't even mind. Not to mention Rosaria's Cryo application is good, at least for a character like Gaming, but by herself, it sometimes can be a little difficult to hit the melts. So that could be another reason to use Diona instead. But like I mentioned, I'm going to leave that up to you guys. So with all of our buffs up, we could see a plunge hits for 62,000. That's pretty nice. Then without the Yansan buff, I need the cryo. Cryo, please. Apply it with cryo. Oh, yeah. See, this is when having a second cryo would be nice. Also, Rosaria C2 would be pretty nice. I basically didn't even get a chance to melt there. Let's try again. Although, there's No cryo application going on. All right, really quick as a test. Diona is obviously only level 20, but I gave her a Favonius bow that is leveled, as I just want to do a little test to see if this feels any smoother, or at least if our cryo application feels like it's actually being applied. So let's find out. We'll do this. I should have held that, but whatever. And then melt 44,000. Okay, so it is quite a bit lower in the damage department, but there's a lot more cryo application. I'm not sure what the better option is then. Janssen's team did about 20k more per melt, but that's only if I can actually manage to melt. Otherwise, it would still just be better to run with this team. Plus, the shield from Diona is not a very strong shield right now, but it would help with the issue of Bennett only healing if I'm above 70%. Fortunately for me, all I'm going to be concerning myself with today is trying to build Rosaria. Oh, wait, that was an acquaint fate, which we can actually go use. That's crazy. Now, the one nice thing about the previous rule set that we had on this account is that every time we pulled, we knew for a fact we would be getting a 4-star. Whereas now there's going to be a lot of just blues like this. However, I guess that'll make it even more exciting when it is actually purple. And it also incentivizes me to actually ascend some of these characters so I can get their wishes. Now, it's going to be a little difficult when I have no way of leveling them up. Oh boy. Ooh, I get another wish. Let's go ahead. Use this acquaint fate. It is another blue. And at this point, all of the 3-star weapons are max refined. So those are no longer exciting for us. But I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and farm these, as well as going ahead and doing this event, because it'll get us a bow that, I mean, I'm probably not really going to use, but it's good to have just in case. And more importantly, it can get us some weapon XP and character XP. However, I did do a good chunk of that event on my main account, and I'll just put it this way. It'd be really boring for you guys if I left it in the video. So I'll probably see you guys in like 2 hours maybe, and then hopefully we can continue with our upgrading. So it was actually more like 3 hours, not 2, but I was able to get all of the rewards that this event has to offer. I did already use some of the stuff that we got, but to go ahead and use some more of it, we'll ascend Rosaria up, which does unlock her second passive talent, or no, that's her third. Unlocks her second, exactly like I said. But unfortunately, I don't even have enough character XP to get her up to level 70. So yeah. I will, though, go ahead and ascend her weapon, or Xianling's future weapon. I don't know. For now, she has it. In this, I can get up to level 60. I have enough of this stuff to craft and ascend it again, though I do doubt that I have enough weapon XP to level it up. Ascension number 4, and we do not have enough. Fantastic. There go the last of my ores. And if we head over to work on the talents, obviously the burst is our highest priority. We can get that all the way to level 3. Huge progress. However, luckily today is Sunday, so I can go ahead and farm some more. Oh, not a good place to bring Rosaria. I'd also like to ignore the fact that I forgot to put Severus on an overload team. We do not have to point that out. Now I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. Not a very exciting secret, but soon I will be out of town for about a week, and so that means I have to prepare videos ahead of time to go up while I'm gone. Thus, right now I'm essentially trying to make double the videos that I normally make on the same timeline. And so if some videos are a little shorter, that is probably why. But don't worry, there is a big chunky video coming out later this month. So if you like long videos, you will be in luck. Also, in unrelated news, I don't know why, but over the past couple of months, my ping in this game has gotten worse and worse. So I'm already bad at the game. And then I put a bunch of self-imposed challenges on top of that. And now some days I have to play with over 100 ping. I've done all the farming that I can. And I did do 2 ley lines, which it's not going to be enough, but it's 3 more levels, which is closer. Then for talents, we'll bring the burst to level 4, 5, do a bit of crafting, and get it up to level 6. I suppose I'll also dump a little bit into the skill, which allows us to get that up to level 4. I did also realize that I kind of forgot we got a 5-star weapon, though there's no one we're using currently who could really make good use of it. We could give it to our now C1 Yanfei, but as I've said in the past, we are already building so many pyro characters, though this weapon does like being used on people that stay on field for a while, which Yanfei kind of does. But if we were ever to do an on-field Lanyan driver, that weapon could work, and it matches her so well. But for something like that, I think we need Xingqiu on the account. Maybe like Xingqiu and Beidou? That sounds like it'd be a pretty fun team. I think it goes without saying. But for some reason, I don't think our teams are gonna clear the Spiral Abyss. However, we do have 2 teams that actually worked on their own. No longer do we have to worry about them stealing characters from the other team. Although I must admit, I did steal some stuff between characters. So for example, our Diona right now is using Cole's weapon, meaning Cole doesn't have a leveled weapon. Luckily, I do have another Favonius bow that I can build, but as we saw, my resources to build new weapons are essentially non-existent. So I'm just gonna try to do floors like 9 and 10. I'm pretty sure we should be able to do that. 11, I expect us to really start struggling, and then that is probably where we will stop. Although, even without her weapon being leveled, Cole is still getting her burst back pretty frequently. Oh. How is our Diona at 1 HP? I don't remember her getting hit, but also if she got hit, how the heck is she alive? So that is floor 9 done. I was gonna say floor 10, we start to get a lot more enemies, but after last Spiral Abyss rotation where there were like, what, 60 enemies you had to take out? Having 13 doesn't feel nearly as bad. I still need more energy recharge on Gaming, as there seem to be a lot of moments where I'm not getting his burst back up. Also, these enemies are so annoying how they keep just running away. Like, I thought we were supposed to be fighting, not playing tag. That first half is a great place for someone like Sucrose. So obviously, she's not really built right now. But someone with grouping potential would be so much better there. Luckily, the second side is a lot easier. Whoa, excuse me? Chamber 2 also done. I keep getting these character skill ones, which, you know, it's great, but Gaming does not benefit from that. Speaking of Gaming, not right now, as he's currently like one of the only characters that has somewhat of a build. It's not good, let me say that, but it's still somewhat something. I do want to get a new artifact set for him, and I'm honestly debating doing Crimson Witch of Flame at some point. It's just that the Golden Troop domain is so much better in general to farm, although I hate farming in it. Oh, goodbye, Diona. I'm sorry you were still on the field, but the ping did not let me swap you off. This is actually going very poorly. In terms of time, this is the worst one by far. But with Diona now dead, Rosaria's not getting her burst back up in time. Like I mentioned, Gaming is also struggling for his burst. So now I have about 25 seconds to do the other half. Is that enough? Probably not. No, definitely not. Also, I love how every video I post using Sethos on this account, there are people complaining that I'm using him wrong no matter which way I use him. The first video I got him, I was using his burst and spamming normal attacks. So many people complained I was using him wrong. Now I'm doing the version where you don't use his burst and instead do charge attacks, and then other people complain that I'm using him wrong. It's just different playstyles. I don't know what to tell you. I got all the way up to level 20 on this in one day. Well, I'm very excited to get yet another blue. It's gonna be a sky, what is that thing called? This one, right? Skyrider sword. That's what I was trying to think of, but I thought Skyrider was the 5-star one. Oh no, I'm thinking of Skyward. I'm telling you, the wishing in this game is too predictable. Okay, Wagner, have you given me enough to max this weapon? And by max, I mean bring it to level 70. Yes, I am unable to ascend it again, but I do believe that we refer to this as progress. Oh, wait, I can also max out her level. I do not possess the resin to get all your boss drops. Unfortunately, both of the artifact sets that are in this box right now aren't really ones that I think we would use too much. And we only got one of them, but wait, off piece. Potential Gaming off piece, and then garbage. Oh, I already have a pretty good off piece for him. Oh, you guys ready for this? Gaming's skill. We take it from level 6 straight up to level 8. Ah, crap. I forgot to claim my Spiral Abyss rewards. Do I get any XP? No. Can I trade the Primos for character XP? Well, I just logged back in and there is a brand new event, so I was a little excited. Ooh, we'll get to test out our team. But it looks like, once again, we're not going to be using our team, just like the entirety of the last event. Why does this remind me so much of Clash of Clans? Look, on the bright side, because we're not using our own team, we can actually get like all of the rewards. So it is kind of a good thing. And also, this event is much quicker to do than the last one. I believe that is all we are able to do for today, as the rest of it is time gated. I suppose I'll just go ahead and spend what resin I have fighting this boss again, as I would like to ascend Rosaria one more time. It's probably going to be a long time before I'm able to level this character up again, but at least we can ascend her and get her all the way to level 71. Oh, I forgot that gives us an acquaint fate, which is blue. I did have to use a fragile resin to get all the boss drops that I needed, so I have a little bit of leftover resin, and so I figured I would attempt to fight Child on the highest difficulty because we have it unlocked. We're just gonna ignore the fact that Diona is already dead. Oh, but this was actually pretty... Wait, I'm not gonna speak too early yet. You knocked me out of my skill, but it was easy. And we are blessed with, 3 and a Dream Solvent. Actually good drops. And that does allow us to bring Rosaria's burst up to level 7. However, now I do have to do quite a bit of farming for different enemy drops, as there are lots of weapons, talents, and character ascensions that we need to take care of. I think I've farmed just enough where I can craft some stuff together and get the catch ascended once again. But then, just like everything else, I can't bring it up to max level. With that being said though, that is all the time that I have for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, I shall see you all next time.